What's up, guys? Alex here with RJ OCD Recovery. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some potential reasons that you might not be improving and healing and getting over retroactive jealousy and OCD. I apologize in advance if this video gets a little bit ranty or a little bit emotional, but this means a lot to me, and I hope that you can take some inspiration out of this video and carry it into the things that you're doing so that you can heal and become more secure in your relationship. There are lots of things that could potentially be keeping you from healing, but these are the most important things that I think you should focus on and make sure are in tip-top shape for you to ensure that you're actually progressing. This is basically what I would recommend that you focus on, taking inventory in your own life so that you can get to where you want to be. A huge mistake that I see a lot of people making when it comes to their healing is the approach or the assumptions that they are assuming that motivates all of their behaviors. You have to hold the assumption that your body is never wrong, that the organism is never wrong, and that it's holding information from your own past that is painting the picture of how you need to live in order to survive. Your body is doing its job, right? It's doing its job because it loves you so much. It doesn't want you to die. It doesn't want you to get hurt. But your experience of that could be through anxiety and overthinking and insecurity and broken attachment. But there's a reason why you're experiencing that. You have to hold on to these patterns because of what you have experienced in your own past. So when you realize and admit that your body is doing its job and doing a good job at that, you can change your approach to something more gentle and more curious and not this resentment and anger and frustration for your body, because that just creates even more conflict and resistance. If you are resisting what it is that you're experiencing in your body, you will suffer. You will suffer. And not only that, you're going to miss important information that your body is trying to tell you that you can use to your own advantage to heal, to resolve, to let go. There is literally nothing more wise than the wisdom of your body and how it communicates and how it compensates for certain things that are going on in your environment. Your body is incredibly resilient, and it will do whatever it can to help you survive. So if you just give your body what it needs to get back to balance, to get back to homeostasis and feeling safe, your experience is going to improve. You're going to feel less anxious. You're going to feel less depressed. You're going to feel more happy and joyful and secure and confident, because that is your natural state when your chemistry is aligned in proper balance. So one of the easiest things that you can do right now is to be grateful and thankful for your body and everything that it's done for you up to this point. Change your relationship with your body and stop resisting what it is that you're experiencing. Even if it's completely unbearable, you have to be willing to go through the storm in order to get to the other side, to get to the light. Another major mistake that I see is people not cultivating the right mindset in order to get through this thing. And yeah, I understand. Having gone through this myself, RJ is a beast, right? RJ is so debilitating. The symptoms of RJ and OCD are so strong and painful, they can completely destroy your productivity, destroy your quality of life, and even destroy your relationship. But it is what you are experiencing right now in this moment. It is the truth. So you cannot avoid that truth. You have to accept that to be the case, and then you have to cultivate the right virtues, the right mindset in order to get out of this hole. You can do it. You've just gotta see how much grit you have. See how committed you can be to this process. And nothing can stop you if you cultivate the right mindset. Can you cultivate discipline, determination, decisiveness, focus, integrity, right? All of these things add up into the path forward for you to heal. It's very likely that you've tried a few things, like maybe you've tried meditating 10 minutes in the morning every day, but you don't see the results as quickly as you'd like, and so you drop it, and then your symptoms get worse. What's the problem with this? You haven't done it enough. You haven't committed yourself and stayed disciplined to the process enough to actually see the fruits. You want to become totally scientific about your approach. You have a hypothesis about trying something new that will help give you relief. You do that thing with 110% commitment. You're going to do it every single day, no matter how you are feeling. And then at the end of a month or a few months down the line, because you've committed yourself so fully to it, you can actually make a correct and accurate assessment about whether this thing was productive in helping you or not. You cannot get that if you haven't been disciplined and consistent with whatever that thing is that you add in. The more scientific you are with your healing, the more you take inventory about what is actually working and what's not, that will ensure your progress. Then you can keep what works and add in more things as you go along. But if you come at this with full determination and discipline, everything else will take care of itself. You're going to get information at the perfect timing. Synchronicities are going to happen, right? You're going to be presented with opportunities to heal and do difficult things, and it's going to be challenging, right? But as long as you're like maintaining this process in your mind where I will not fail. There's no way that I'm going to fail. I'm going to get where I want to go. That's going to happen. That's going to become your truth. You will get to where you want to go. You can do the hard things. I've seen a lot of people believing that they can't do the hard things. The magic you are looking for is in the work that you are avoiding. What would the version of you tomorrow want you to do today? Another major hang-up and factor that I see preventing people from healing is identifying with the condition itself. So once you recognize that you've got RJ or you've got OCD, you start looking for more information on it, and you start to see other people talking about it. You don't feel as alone. You're like, oh, thank God there's a word for this, what it is I'm experiencing. Other people are experiencing this too. You keep searching on the internet, you maybe find the subreddit for retroactive jealousy or some other forums or, Facebook groups and stuff like that. And then you start to interact with other people who have the same condition. And the more that you do this, it becomes a part of you. Retroactive jealousy becomes who you are. It's a part of your self-image. And this is a huge trap. This is a very dangerous trap to fall into, because then you start becoming more familiar with feeling this way. Even though you don't want to, even though you are suffering tremendously, it's so familiar and there's a payoff for you feeling this way. You like it deep down. I'm not saying you consciously like it. I'm saying subconsciously there's a part of you that likes it. And so you don't want to put in the effort to change those things because it requires a lot of self-awareness and a lot of energy in order to change your self-image. Changing your self-image is like the hardest thing to do, right? Changing your ego, changing the way you view yourself. And you might have to give up on some of the things that you do that provide you with some of that good feeling, that familiarity, being in those groups. And I got to say, if I'm being totally honest, the vast majority of the people who go on forums, that's retroactive jealousy, OCD, or any health condition for that matter, these people do not heal. They do not heal because they are looking for reassurance and confirmation from other people about how they are feeling. They're inclined to complain instead of take action and take responsibility. Do you want to be that type of person? Do you want to live your whole life with this condition and let it dictate you and run you the way that you view yourself? Or do you want to be safe and secure in your relationship? Do you want to be confident? Do you want to have high self-esteem? The choice is yours. You've got to first consciously choose what type of person you want to be, and then take the action that you need to get that done, to make that happen. Whether you're dealing with retroactive jealousy and OCD or any other mental or physical health condition, you do not want to get to the point where that illness is who you are. Because once you've done that, it's going to take a lot more energy and effort to let go of that and to recognize that you're more than that. That's not who you are. It doesn't define you in any way. It's just something that you're experiencing. You can help push yourself forward by bringing in some external accountability, whether that be me or another coach or a family member or even your partner. That's going to help you stay accountable to doing the work, to not falling back into this old identity, these old behaviors and patterns, this old version of you that is identified with the retroactive jealousy. Another major problem that I see in people not improving from retroactive jealousy is that they're not using a fully comprehensive approach. They're just focusing on the mental, or they're just focusing on the emotional. And they're not doing both of those things, plus how they can physically heal their bodies. You guys got to realize that the food that you eat has more of an impact on your chemistry, on the chemistry in your brain, than literally anything else. The food that you are eating literally becomes who you are. So if you are eating garbage, you can expect to feel like garbage and to become garbage. Like, there's no way around it, okay? So you've got to take into account your physical health, your sleep, your diet, how you're caring for your body. Are you driving your body into the ground with work and alcohol and crappy diet, or are you taking care of yourself? Because that really matters. It really impacts your experience. You could literally be doing everything perfect with your routine, with your mental state, with your emotional state. But if you have heavy metals in your brain that are blocking the receptors of the feel-good endorphins that you need to feel good and to feel confident, nothing's going to change, right? Nothing will change if you have copper toxicity in your brain, or mercury toxicity, or nickel toxicity, just to name a few things. There's a number of potential factors that can be preventing your chemistry from acting in a balanced state. So you cannot ignore taking a fully comprehensive approach to your healing. It all matters. The mind influences the body, and the body influences the mind. If you're feeling low motivation and a lack of inspiration to your healing, then you need to change that. You need to figure out what is going to inspire you. Figure out what your why is. Why am I here? What do I want to accomplish? What's going to push me forward? What do I want to create? Get super clear on all of these things so that you can keep that in mind to motivate you in whatever it is that you're putting off and you don't want to do. What type of person do you want to be? What type of relationship do you want to have? What do you want to do in your relationship? Get clear on that. Put it in your mind's eye and remind yourself of that. Visualize it. Let it fuel you and everything that you do. Because you will get whatever it is that you want and what it is that you're looking for if you ruminate on those things long enough. So go in the mirror, give yourself a nice flex, kiss your right bicep, kiss your left bicep, and get to work. All right? You can do this. You can get to the promised land. Figure out what inspires you. Be disciplined. Do the work. Visualize the version of yourself that you want to become, and let go of these old identities, these old patterns, these old behaviors, because that's the old you. Become the new you right now. Start acting that way. Start feeling that way. Start thinking that way. And the more that you do that, the easier it will become until all of a sudden you are that person. You're occupying your body in this totally different way. And you'll just forget that you even had retroactive jealousy you'll forget that you had OCD. It might sound like I've totally simplified this process, but it really does work out that way for a lot of people. I would say for myself, it totally did. You can become totally unrecognizable with a little bit of discipline, a little bit of determination, and patience. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some value from this video. If you want to crush retroactive jealousy once and for all and create a new life and a new relationship for yourself, sign up for a free call in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.